What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I know it's been a while since I recorded, so here I am, man. I'm back. And what better way to come back on the biggest weekend of the biggest week of the wrestling calendar, WrestleMania week, and man, so much went on during WrestleMania week, and I'm here to break it all down, man. I'm just gonna do WrestleMania because obviously you had NXT Stand and Deliver, but if you guys want me to cover Stand and Deliver, maybe I'll do a bonus vlog on that. But for right now, let's get into WrestleMania, man. So much happened and so little time to cover it. So here we go, man. So kicking off night one, you had Triple H come out and kind of thank the crowd for being at WrestleMania and welcoming them. And but after all the pomp and circumstance was over, we got right to the action. And first up on the night was Gunther defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. And not a surprising ending, but the way it happened was kind of surprising. Instead of pinning Gunther clean, Jey Uso got him to tap out ironically to a sleeper hold, which is one of Gunther's signature moves. And I saw somewhere online that people did not like Jey Uso's win at WrestleMania, much like they did not like his win at the Royal Rumble. They wanted they wanted someone else to win, and then Jey Uso winning didn't sit well with quite a few people. But anyway, it is what it is, man. Congrats to Jey Uso on winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now let's see where it goes. And it was a big night for the Bloodline, and we'll get to all of that. I'm gonna probably do night one out of order because I didn't feel like I didn't write down the results as they happen as I normally do, but I do have all the results and I seen every match. So here we go. Next up the New Day defeated the War Raiders to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions, man. Uh, so this was pretty cool, man. The New Day, as you may or may not know, if you don't watch wrestling, you probably don't know, but they're on a bit of a heel run right now. They're bad guys, and after being good guys for 10 years, it's time to switch things up. And I kind of like this new, more aggressive version of the New Day. Minus Big E, but but man, hopefully they go somewhere with that, and Big E is cleared to come back, and hopefully they go somewhere with Big E and his former brothers feuding. But anyway, man, they won the new iteration of the New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods picked up the win over the Viking Raiders to have win their 12th WWE Tag Team Championship, and that is quite the milestone in itself. Next up, it was supposed to be next up. This was a kind of a replacement match. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio taking on El Gran Americano, aka Chad Gable, or speculation that it is Chad Gable. I mean, you've never seen them in the same room at the same time, much like you've never seen Batman and Bruce Wayne in the same room at the same time. But nah, just all jokes aside, man, Rey Mysterio suffered an injury on the previous night's SmackDown, so he was unable to compete at WrestleMania, and he was replaced by Rey Fenix. Man, it was such a good match, and Chad Gable is such an underrated competitor, and it was a really good match. I mean, it was kind of a show stealer, in my opinion. Anyway, Gran Americano ended up picking up the victory over Rey Fenix. with a flying headbutt, and he had a little bit of a foreign object hidden under his mask while executing the flying headbutt. But great match, nevertheless. Next up, Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Naomi went at it, and this one was pretty one sided. Jade Cargill picked up the win over Naomi. Naomi attacked Jade Cargill last November, and tried to deny it, and Jade Cargill returned that elimination chamber and got her revenge on Naomi, and that led to the WrestleMania match, and Jade Cargill pretty much destroyed Naomi in her WrestleMania debut. Talking about Jade Cargill. Um, Next up was Jacob Fatu taking away the United States Championship from LA Knight. And man, what a great moment for Jacob Fatu, man. So proud of him. He's so fun to watch. And probably the total opposite of his on-screen character, man. His on-screen character is rough, rugged, and mean, and but in reality couldn't be one of the more nicest guys. I've met him twice, and he's very, very cool, very down to earth, and congratulations to him. Not to take anything away from LA Knight, because LA Knight delivered. He brought it, and anyway, Jacob Fatu came up on the winning end, and Jacob Fatu secured his first gold in WWE. Yeah, so his first singles gold, I should say, because he was a tag team champion at one point. Uh, Next up was Tiffany Stratton taking on Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. And Tiffany Stratton came out on the winning end of it. Not to say that it wasn't a good match, because it was. It was incredible. I enjoyed watching. Tiffany's a 3 years in the WWE, 2 years on the main roster, and this was her first WrestleMania, and what better opponent to put her in there with than Charlotte, a veteran of many WrestleManias, and 14-time women's champion. Man, Charlotte has pretty much done it all, but this feud got pretty personal. Real life stuff was brought into the feud, and like I've said on previous previous vlogs when talking about wrestling, the best feuds are based in reality. So, and this was one of them, and it was a really fun match. You know, Tiffany ended up with a little bumps and bruises, but hey, comes with the territory. Anyway, Tiffany Stratton retained her women's championship, and be interesting to see where she goes from here. Then was your main event. This main event was mired in controversy. It was Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Three men who hate each other in storyline and possibly in real life. Seth Rollins has some real life animosity with CM Punk. I don't know how CM Punk and Roman feel about each other in reality, because I don't dig into that type of stuff. But what do you call it, man? It makes for great television, man. So anyway, Seth Rollins ended up getting the win, surprisingly, and it was pretty cool to see CM Punk walk out with Paul Heyman by his side, and have Living Color perform Cult of Personality live, man. Real cool. Brought back nostalgic memories of CM Punk's historic 434-day title run back in 2012, 2013. So 2011, 2012, I should say. But yeah, man. So And the real twist came at the end. Roman with Paul Heyman, I should say, turned in both on CM Punk and Roman Reigns, two former clients of his, and now aligning himself with Seth Rollins. It'll be interesting to see where it goes from there, and I am ready for this. Um, and and there was a joke made online, and I'm gonna reiterate it here. If Paul Heyman doesn't come out dressing like Seth Rollins, kind of with the awkward suits and shoes and stuff like that, it's not gonna make sense. But no, I'm just kidding. But man, no, all jokes aside, I'm really excited to see where it goes, and that was night one of WrestleMania, man. All right, so night two, which was last night as you're listening to this. Um, Night two, man. Stephanie McMahon came out and talked about at the beginning and talked about how important WrestleMania was to her and the family, and thank the fans for being a part of her family, and kicked off WrestleMania. And Speaking of kicking off WrestleMania, we kicked off night two with a triple threat match for the WWE Women's World Championship. It was Io Sky defending against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Throughout this whole story of these three ladies leading up to WrestleMania, Io Sky was kind of thought of as an afterthought, even though she is the WWE Women's World Champion. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley felt it should have been those two, them two tying, squaring off in a one-on-one match for the WWE Women's World Championship. But these three women brought it, and in the end, it was Io Sky picking up the victory to retain her WWE Women's World Championship. Uh, Next up, it was a Sin City Street fight, pitting Drew McIntyre against Damian Priest. And It was pretty cool to see Damian Priest be accompanied to the ring by Kerry King of Slayer, man. Which Kerry King does his plays guitar on Damian Priest's theme song. So to hear it played live was pretty cool. Shout out to Slayer, huge fan. And yeah, so but in the end, Drew McIntyre ended up picking up the win over Damian Priest. And now let's see where that goes. If it goes anywhere else. Next up was the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship, pitting Penta, making his WrestleMania debut, Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor, Judgment Day stablemates, and the Intercontinental Champion himself, Braun Breaker. But good, great Fatal 4-Way match, I should say, and Dominic Mysterio ended up picking up the win to become the new Intercontinental Champion, man. And surprisingly, a lot of cheers, But hey, shout out to Dominic Mysterio, man. He's worked hard. You might hate him, and people don't let him speak when he tries to cut a promo. But hey, the kid works hard, and this is the first of many championships for him. Let's hope. So shout out to Dominic Mysterio and all the other three men that were in the matchup, man. Next up, Randy Orton had an open challenge because his original WrestleMania opponent Kevin Owens was unable to wrestle on the show because he has to go and have neck surgery. So Randy Orton, wanting a match at WrestleMania, issued an open challenge, and it wasn't who everybody thought it was going to be. A lot of people thought it might be the returning Miro, or formerly known as Rusev, or Aleister Black, or maybe even SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. But no, it was not. It was the open challenge ended up being answered by TNA champion Joe Hendry. And it was a squash match essentially, but it was cool to see Joe Hendry have his WrestleMania moment. partnership with the WWE and TNA, as I talked about previously, is still going strong, and it's pretty cool to see Joe Henry have his moment. But I don't know if y'all noticed it, but if you watched WrestleMania and you looked at Randy Orton's gear that he had on tonight closely, it was a callback to his original gear that he wore for his main roster debut back in April of 2002. So if you caught that, cool. If you didn't, now you know. But yeah, so and next up it was Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a perfect opponent for Logan Paul because AJ's a veteran of the game, man. Been doing it for almost 30 years. And Logan Paul, love him or hate him, he puts in the work that it takes to succeed in the business, man. You can say what you want about him. You can say he's arrogant. You can say this. You can say that. But coming from a wrestler's perspective and somebody who knows the type of work that goes into getting in the ring and preparing for matches, physically and mentally, Logan Paul's got it, man, and he showed it tonight. You and he defeated AJ Styles. And his finisher, the pulverizer, is pretty cool. So yeah, shout out to Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Both big fans of both. And in your co-main event on night two, you had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships being defended as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez took on WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria Lyra Valkyria. There we go. Shit, what? Why did I have so much trouble saying that? And her mystery partner, who just happened to be the returning Becky Lynch, and surprisingly, you know, uh, Lyra Valkyria uh, and Becky Lynch are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And that would make Lyra Valkyria a double champ because, like I just said, she is the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. So surprising turn of events there. Wasn't expecting that. And of course, now it is time for the main event of the whole entire weekend, which saw Cody Rhodes defend the WWE Undisputed Championship against John Cena. John Cena, it's his retirement tour, and the whole storyline here is, he kind of would do whatever it took to win his 17th World Championship, and even if that meant selling his soul to the devil, which in this case was The Rock, and he did that back at Elimination Chamber, and now fast forward to tonight, he is the brand new WWE undisputed champion, man. And I liked his entrance. Normally you have all the colors and the pop and circumstance. No, this time he walked out, blacked out, and walked to the ring instead of making that long run that he usually does. And then even his style of wrestling was different. His moves were. It was a slower pace, and his moves were more methodical and thought out, and it was just a really, really good match. And then, obviously the interference at the end with Travis Scott. Travis Scott got his comeuppance at the hands of Cody Rhodes for what Travis Scott did to Cody at Elimination Chamber, giving him a busted eardrum and a black eye as a result of that slap. Did not pull his punches, but hey, and the Rock told them to lay him in there. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that was a really good WrestleMania. I really enjoyed it. Uh, WrestleMania always it doesn't always deliver when it comes to match quality, but I thought this year it did. You know, both nights had their great things, and you know, I enjoyed it. You know, I'm a fan of wrestling in general, so I don't try to be that toxic wrestling fan. Like if I don't like something, sure, I'm gonna voice my opinion, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, oh, this need. But like I said, I've been on both sides of the coin, so I understand. But but yeah, all in all, great WrestleMania, and let's see what happens heading into Backlash, which is on May 10th. So not too much time to build to Backlash, but let's see where everything goes. Anyway, that is gonna do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And of course, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.